Hello, beautiful Aquarius, and welcome to your first message of 2024. Happy New Year, my loves, to all of you guys. Welcome in, welcome back. I'm Erica. I'm a psychic medium and a healer. I hope that everyone had happy holidays, good New Year, etc. This will be the year. I just saw 23 on the timestamp, so that could be a relevant number for you. Does break down to a 5, which speaks of change, challenges, maybe an obstacle or something. I'm seeing mountains being removed from your path, but you had to be the one to remove the mountains. But I'm also seeing the divine removing mountains, crumbling them to the ground so you can walk straight through them. So it feels like that's relevant too. Like the divine is helping to break down some blockages for you as well. Maybe you've been praying about this. Maybe you've been doing some inner work, changing and transitioning, which is creating, you know, more of a, like the divine can come in and I feel like help without interfering with like your free will choices. Do you know what I mean? Like you've leveled up already in like ways where it's like now the divine can come in and they go, okay, well, you know, and I feel like you guys have been calling them in, to be honest with you. I feel like you've been calling in divine support as of late or the recent past, maybe today, I don't know. Brother Raccoon, a safe place for you to go. See how she's like holding the sweet little raccoon? There could be something specific about the nighttime. You know, maybe you guys are, I don't know, maybe you're having a hard time sleeping at night. You know, it's very common for the ascensions that we're having right now. You know, it can give you an uneasy sleep. You know, we have a lot of things being brought up, right? Or things that have been brought up. Which can be like, you know, traumas that have been stored, and, you know, trauma in the body can create sleeplessness or anxiousness, or, you know what I mean? Native American energy could be relevant here. Maybe you've had past lives in Native American tribes or connections. Pocahontas can be relevant as well. I'm just like, she's giving me like a little Pocahontas angel. And even in like the Disney cartoon Pocahontas, she, like her little furry friend was a raccoon. I mean, she was friends with like all the little forest creatures, but the raccoon was like her little friend, familiar guy. A safe place for you to go. Feeling more safe and secure in your life. Okay, maybe you've been feeling a little ungrounded. Could be some root chakra blocks even. Or that could be part of the blockages, things clearing where you're not in a fear state or a, you know, ungrounded state. You're more grounded. I feel like the spirit, like you're very connected to the animals. Okay, like I feel like there's a lot of animal guides showing up for you guys too. So definitely pay attention to what kind of animals, you know, keep showing up or present themselves to you in specific ways, or, you know, you can just feel it when they're coming to you with the message. The wolf can be relevant too. And look at Little Red Riding Hood. Okay. I am not a victim. So moving out of victim mentality, I do feel there's a lot of like support here, especially with like the animals and nature. You've definitely gone through like a period here, Aquarius, where it's like a period of death, but you had the wolf spirit or divine support, because it's almost like lone wolf, you know what I mean? But it's like also like, I feel like this is about finding your wolf pack. And I feel like there's been lessons and whatnot around, like, it's okay to be alone. It's okay to just like be with self, to sit with self. It's okay to, you know, it's, you know, don't judge yourself for maybe feeling lonely or feeling like down and out when you've gone through maybe like a barren or isolation phase. You've gotten your wings here. You've gotten your wings, Aquarius. Okay, so it's like there's now this like energy coming in where you just feel grounded, secure, safe, good. I am not a victim. I am not a victim. Strange companions in stranger places. Yeah, see, look, more animals. Another raccoon. All right, I'm getting like taking off the masks. Got an Alice in Wonderland theme here. It's like representative for me of like her light side, her dark side, you know, her shadow and the light, the yin and the yang. Someone could be drastically changing their hair color, like going dark to like platinum blonde or vice versa. Okay, that's going to be for at least one or a couple of you out there for sure. Some of you guys could be getting into more of like herbal medicines and plant medicine, like mushrooms, or you could be taking like, you know, like lion's mane and owl feather or cordyceps and, you know, things like that is kind of what I'm getting. There is some kind of fruitful energy here in abundance that you are receiving. Notice the like apples or whatever that are in her lap. It's like Snow White and like the poisonous apples, you know. She's the one with the apples this time. These are good apples. Okay, there's like a deer, a doe, a female deer. It's actually like a fawn, like a baby. Okay, so there's some kind of like new beginnings here for sure. Challenges, use your imagination. Yeah, see, and then I said earlier around, you know, the number 5, around 23, there's definitely been some challenging times. Maybe you're going through this right now, but this is about, you know, connecting to both your inner feminine and your inner masculine, healing them both, you know, shining light on the shadow, on the darkness, or on the things that need to shift. And I feel like you guys have been doing that, but for some of you guys, this is definitely like, a message of like, hey, some things have to shift. And like, as soon as they do, you'll start to see the abundance flow from the realignment. Okay, so use your imagination at this time. If you have challenges, you know, it's about like, if you find yourself in like similar situations or patterns that you've been in before, you know, there's something there with that, a lesson or healing. It's an initiation. It's something that needs to be healed, released, whatever, right? Okay, but it's about like, if you keep hitting the same wall, like use your imagination. It's about like seeing things differently, okay? And I'm also getting that like your imagination, Aquarius, and your creative side is going to be what pulls you out of, you know, any kind of like lack energies in your life and into the abundant energies. Let's see what love has to say. Let's do some romance angels. So if this is connecting with you, loves, absolutely claim it by liking, right? And subscribe, all the things. We'd love to have you. If you want to book a reading with me, you can find the information in the description box below. I offer a few different types of readings and services, etc. etc. Happy 2024 to all of you. To all and to all, a good night. All right, here we go. For Aquarius, please. For Aquarius. Aquarius. I just recorded Capricorn, and I'm not like specifically going in order of like, you know, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. It's just I recorded Capricorn, and I was like, okay, who's next? You know, I'm supposed to go live this afternoon. But I'm trying to record some zodiacs in between clients, and like I've had clients go over in time today, like all day, so it's put me a little bit far behind. So at this point I'm still planning on going live, but I may have to reschedule it, which I feel bad because I rescheduled it yesterday because I haven't been feeling good. Like since we did the Merlin activation workshop on Sunday, on New Year's Eve, 123 and it was freaking powerful. The day before or the night before that, I had like a crazy astral experience and was like feeling way weird and not good on Saturday. And then Sunday we did the activation thing. And then after the workshop, it's like my body just went boom, like, you know, and I'm only human, right? So thank you, my loves, for always just understanding and being so amazing. But yeah, so anyways, I don't remember I was telling you guys that about the live and all that, but for Aquarius, let's see what else comes out with you guys. You guys may be like wanting to like look into like, I don't know, like more fruits in your diet, veggies in your diet, like earthy foods is what I want to say. It'll help you with like grounding, especially And especially like with hydrating with water and stuff. Someone might be concerned about like their skin or aging, and like it's like water will plump your skin because it's like you're hydrated. You're more right. When you're dehydrated, just like a raisin, right? From the grape goes from the grape plush and or you know firm skin to like the wrinkly raisin, you know. So I don't know who that's for, but maybe you've been thinking about your skincare routine or some products. Okay, your first card out is a reconciliation. This is a very intense past life soulmate energy. Could be twin flame for some of you guys, absolutely. Someone from your past is returning to your life. This is the lifetime we get it right. That's what I'm getting. This is the lifetime we get it right. All right, and I feel like that's the story for so many. Bottom of the deck is trust. The situation is for calling for you to have faith. Faith in love, faith in romance, faith in the universe. Knowing that like, you know, there's a balance with the universe. That's why we have, you know, the universal scales of karma, right? And I think that there's been some, you know, karmic debts paid here, you know, and I feel that this is a time of more balance. And, you know, there's a lot of like support, I feel like, from the spirit community and like the animal community and or Mother Nature and stuff. It feels like two people who are like they're meant to be together. These are two people who are meant to be together. I'm going to take the trust card from the bottom of the deck. All right, what else? Tell me more for Aquarius, please. I'm hearing you've earned your keep. Okay, so that could be in regards to other things, maybe work related, whatever. But this is also about like levels of love within self. And then once you like master some type of level of self-love, then it's like, boom, the universe brings this in. And you also had to like learn lessons of, you know, patience and trust and, like I said, faith. Okay. I feel like this is like someone who, you know, see the little spirit baby cherub angel guy, Cupid, whatever, the Cupid toddler. It's like, hey, mama, I got your back, tugging on the gown. And it's like, here, you know, and it's like Cupid, Eros is arrow. Okay, we do have Valentine's Day coming up here in like, you know, the next like what, like a month and a half or whatever. In February. Separation. Time apart from your partners on the horizon. Some of you guys maybe, you know, this could be like, you know, it's like a soulmate separation. Could be twin flame separation, right? But this is like someone that you have been separated from. Like maybe this is the first time you guys come together and reconcile in the physical in this lifetime. Could be someone brand spanking new, but they feel way familiar to you. Like immediately, I feel that it's someone who's, I'm getting love struck. It's like they get love struck. They feel the activation between you. I feel both of you guys do. Okay. And for some of you guys, yeah, this is someone who you do know and you've been in a physical separation with, but this is something very strong. And it feels like that there had to be some kind of lesson here in trust and faith. Maybe for you, both of you, I feel like actually that, you know, and I'm getting full circle moments. Full circle moments, mi amors. And very soon, bottom of the deck, very soon this is coming full circle. All right, so, ooh, speaking of full circles, engagement is showing up. Engagement rings, right? Circle, circular. It never ends. It's an eternal bond. It's, right? Yeah. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Yeah, absolutely it is. Absolutely. This is someone who just wants, like they see you, you see them. This is no freaking games and karmic shit attached and lessons here. And, you know, this is very supportive. This is very relaxed. This is very content between the two of you guys. See, and then the cards go like in like a reversal, you know, so it shows me that's the end of the message here for you guys. Very soon, trust. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. For some of you guys, you need to make a clear, you need to clearly manifest to the universe. You know, I'm getting like mixed signals. Sorry guys, I just need to close the blinds because light's coming through. It's like mixed signals. It's like, you know, it's like, oh, this is what I want. I believe this. This is what I'm manifesting. Sorry guys, I'm like just stretching. I've been doing somatic like stretches, and now I find myself like stretching and releasing and clearing. I love it. Highly, highly, highly suggest. You're gonna probably hear me talk about somatics like quite a bit. The more, I mean, I just started doing them, but I've already am feeling so much of the trauma and past life trauma, like being brought out, brought up, and then released. And it's like crazy, like how quick it works. Like just after like a day or two of doing it, I was like, oh my gosh. You can look it up here on YouTube. Just type like somatic workouts for whatever, like the hip, or, you know, there's different kinds, shoulders and neck and collarbone, and, you know, but I've been focusing on here because here is where I hold so much trauma. Here too, but like this is where I was being guided first. So anyways, that's going to be for some of you guys, because there needs to be some kind of emotional release, or things need to be brought up that are from the subconscious, or creating some kind of blocks. I'm getting specifically fear blocks. So again, going back to the root chakra, it's like, what do you fear? Where don't you feel safe? Where don't you feel grounded? And that's what I feel like this very first card out is, a safe place for you to go. Now, I do feel that it's like my arms are safe for you to fall into, to be in. This is a safe place to go. I feel like you guys are safe places for one another. But this is also about you finding your own sacred sanctuary within yourself, within here. You know, when we can get to a point in our healing journey where you know, we are our own sanctuary, honestly, truly, where we are at ease, total contentment, just feeling, you know, no tension and you know, that kind of energy through the body, no anxieties, you know, like you can sit in a more relaxed state of consciousness, like truly, you know, for, you know, because it's your state of being, you know. You know, some of you guys, I don't know who needs to, but that's where it's, you know, it's about finding that safety within self and releasing old traumas. I'm telling you, you guys, that creates more fear and worry and anxiousness and tension and stiffness within the body, and being more in like the survival, you know, the survival mode. All right, here we go for Aquarius. Tell me about this reconciliation. Okay, tell me about reconciliation. If you guys want to book a reading with me, I offer a few different types of like readings and services, spiritual services. And you can find the information in the description box below. Here we go. Reconciliation for Aquarius. It's the 6 of Wands. Whoa, this is a holy hell yes. This is a victory. This is a big win. This is something that I feel a lot of you guys can sense it, feel it. I feel like that's been coming up in the Aquarius readings lately. Like, I feel like I've said this to you guys before. Like, your intuition is, like, you can feel this. You can feel something coming up in your energy field that feels promising, that feels big, that feels real. You're getting some kind of recognition and reward too. So this reconciliation, love, soulmate, engagement, whatever, it is a part of like some kind of divine reward. Someone could be in the spotlight, or you're going to be in the spotlight. Fame could be relevant here. Someone could be famous or on their way to fame. I just keep hearing the word notoriety, notoriety. I'm also getting something about the month of October. I know it's not your guys' birthday season, but you could be an Aquarius Venus or an Aquarius moon, you know. I don't know. 5 of Swords. There's that number 5 again. There it is. That's the pain. That's the obstacles. I'm getting the word illusion. So it's like overcoming the obstacles. Whatever it is, you have a 6 and 5. So that's master number 11. There could be something about maybe path life number 11, or I don't know, the date of a birthday or something. I don't know, something specific. You just be seeing it a lot. Things have been weighing upon you, Aquarius, and you've been maybe experiencing some kind of headaches, but it just feels like the thoughts just won't quit. You know, it feels very much, you know, like pressure, putting pressure on yourself of like, you know, I gotta do this, I can't, you know, but then you end up feeling like the defeated one in the end, which is why it's like you're moving out of this and into the victory. And if you are in this place right here, then it's about creating the change and taking victory over that. Okay. So now specifically about love, this is someone who I feel for a lot of you guys, you do know this person and I feel like they're like, I fledged up. This could be an acquaintance from the past, someone you brushed shoulders with 15, 20 years ago. I don't know. Someone you went to high school with. There could be like an elementary school, you know, someone you went to elementary school with that resurfaces somehow through social media. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, look at you, you know, 30 years later and you are like smoking hot and you're accomplished and you're, you know, kind and loving and whoa, how crazy this is, you know, 3rd grade to now. You know, this can come up. Yeah, see, look, and then I stopped shuffling. Wish fulfillments here, 9 of Cups. So there is something on the horizon here that makes you feel very gleeful, happy, victorious, you know. But it was not without, you know, without burden, without fail, without pain. All right, so let's see what else. Knight of Swords. Yeah, this is moving quickly. Someone's coming towards you. There he is. King of Cups. There he is. A mature masculine type energy, or they're just emotionally mature. Like, this is someone who, you know, I feel that like they typically, you may have turned your back on this person, walked away. Okay, maybe you went on your own healing journey, inner quest. Maybe they've gone on an inner quest, healing journey. I think that this is someone who maybe walked away in the past or just turned their back and now they're like returning. They feel this like urgency to come towards you or message you. No longer walking alone is what I'm hearing with that. No longer walking alone. Ten of Wands is after that. Burdens. I'm hearing George Strait, carrying your love with me. There he is. See, I told you. As soon as I hear George Strait, I'm like, what's underneath the 10 of Wands? I'm carrying your love with me. West Virginia down to Tennessee. Right? I know. King of Pentacles, Emperor, 10 of Wands. Someone who they see the absolute value in them, in you. I mean, they see the value in you, and they see the light or the, you know, what you bring to the table. But this is someone who's very successful. King of Money and the Emperor. This is a boss type energy. This is someone who runs their own company, or they're an entrepreneur, or they're highly successful, or, you know, they're just very freaking accomplished. He's the king of material wealth, money and investments and all that, right? And the Emperor represents all kings rolled into one. Well, we have 2 kings here. We have the King of Cups and the King of Pentacles. For some of you guys, maybe there's 2 people here. I don't know. Could be a couple soulmates. Could be someone you work with, 8 of Pentacles. Or someone you used to work with. That would really knock your socks off, huh? Someone you randomly work with like 15 years ago just like reaches out to you and is like, whoa, you know? Whatever it is, there's sparks that fly here. Okay, I just keep seeing fireworks to fireworks. Look at, yeah, see, 8 of Pentacles. It's because of like all the work you put into yourself, Aquarius. All right, you're showing up as the Queen of Cups, where, you know, you're highly, you know, and we do have, look at a divine match here, counterparts. This is deep love. This is just very spiritual. And I get that, like, we're all spiritual beings having a human experience. It's like, duh. But, but what I mean by spiritual is like highly evolved, old souls, ancient type energy. You guys both are like, you guys both embody High Priestess, High Priest. You guys are very psychic. You're very intuitive. You're very in tune. This is like power couple type vibes. And I feel that very strongly. And, you know, to be honest with you, for some of you guys, if this is someone who has been kind of maybe eyeing you, seeing you, watching you in the limelight, in the light, social media, whatever it is, I don't know. There's some kind of focus on you here. They, like I said, they see that worth and the value, and that's how they're like sizing it up. They're going, this is someone who, like, we belong together. Like, this is my perfect person. This is someone who you will never find a duplicate. You are an original. You are the OG. You are the classy, like classic, like energy. And they know that you put a lot of work into yourself, into your craft. You're very focused. You're driven, you know. Like when you put your mind to something, you do it. All right. They also know that you will not put up with any, you know what, because you'll turn your back and you'll walk away and you'll leave those cups like that. Like that. Aquarius, don't play. I just think the Queen of Cups doesn't play, or the King of Cups, whatever. Okay. But I think they like that about you. You embody this like love energy, but also the Queen of, you know, she doesn't, you know, need to defend herself like, you know, like a warrior with like, you know, being a warrior with like fighting, or do you know what I mean? Like she's able to tap into her intuition and her third eye and her spiritual gifts, and then she knows what's up. She knows what to do without lifting a finger, saying a word. And I think this person knows that about you. And I also think that like that's, for some of you guys, what scared them. Yeah. So this is what I have for you, my loves. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Again, I almost said my loves again. My goodness, Erica, what the? Happy 2024. I just want to show me the King and Queen of Cups really quickly for Aquarius before we go. So this will carry out, it's like weekly messages for like the next 7 days. But it will carry out like at least through the month. So, you know, keep that in mind, you know, because energy kind of lingers. It's not like that cut and dry. The boat, interesting. Look at the sailboat and the sailboat. Something is moving forward here. Your ships are coming in. Someone could be into sailing or really love to be like on the open water or have a boat or something like that. But it's about receiving what you need, Aquarius. Progression happening here in your life. Something arriving, moving on, and closure issues. I think someone for some of you guys has been trying to close out, like forget about you, or like be like, this too shall pass. And I think, no, it hasn't passed. Now, I'm also getting, again, I said something coming full circle, and that's what I feel like it is. I feel like it's not necessarily closure, but I just feel like it's like you and someone else coming together where it's extreme, you know, it's a strong soulmate bond, past life energy here, where it's just two people that both are ready to move on with their life. Closure issues. I do feel too, like for those of you guys where this is like, it actually just in general, past person, new person, this is someone who has closure. It's like closing the deal, like meaning like, you know, like in sales, you know, closing the deal, right? And that's kind of what I get, is like someone who doesn't know how to like close. Like they don't know how to like come in and like open up the conversation and then close it out with like, by the way, I'd really like to like, you know, get to know you, take you out sometime. Like they're afraid of like the close. I don't know. That's just what's coming through. But anyways, all right, let's get one more. 28 minutes. Oops. The dragonfly. Yeah, things are coming to light. It's all about change and healing. And then you have, it's also about things being illuminated to you. And then you have healing heart. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationships or addictions. Yeah, so there is something for some of you guys where you need to free yourself. Maybe that's why some of you guys were in separation from this person, or you've been in a separation from this soulmate energy because you guys were both going, you know, healing from toxic relationships or addictions, or, you know, I feel that for some of you guys, this person turned their back, so they could go into a healing, or healing needed to occur. They needed to release some kind of like burdensome energy from their life, or you did. I don't know. But this is what I have, my loves. Okay, so it's also representative of the healing that you guys have done within yourselves, right? So yeah, so this is what I got, Aquarius. Again, happy 2024. Thank you for all your love and support here on the channel. I'm so excited to go through another year with you guys. This year is going to be crazy. So get ready. Get ready. All right. Love you guys. Bye.